Welcome back. We've talked about your journey into full stack engineering, uncovered what the industry is really like, and heard some incredible stories about product launches, debugging, and lessons learned from real projects. Now, I'd like to make this profession feel even more real for everyone listening. Instead of asking the usual question, what does your day look like? I'd like you to walk us through yesterday, hour by hour. What does a typical day in the life of a full stack engineering startup founder actually look like?
I like this question because no 2 days are exactly the same. Yesterday started around 6:45 AC. Before I even reached the office, I checked our application monitoring dashboard. We have customers using our platform from different time zones, so while our team is sleeping, people are still logging in, placing orders, submitting requests, and generating data. The first thing I look for is whether everything is healthy. Are our servers running normally? Are response times acceptable? Did any deployment trigger unexpected errors overnight? Fortunately, everything looked stable yesterday. That gives the entire team a good start to the day.
So, your workday begins long before you actually start writing code.
Exactly. One of the biggest misconceptions is that software engineers spend the entire day coding. Coding is important, but understanding how the application behaves after it's deployed is equally important. Building software is one thing, keeping it reliable is another.
What happened after you reached the office?
Around 9 a.m., we had our daily stand up meeting. Every team member shared three things: what they completed yesterday, what they're working on today, whether they need help. Our front end developers discussed improvements to the user interface. Back end engineers reviewed API performance. One developer was working on user authentication, another was improving database queries. Our DevOps engineers shared updates about cloud infrastructure. Meanwhile, our product managers summarized customer feedback collected during the previous week. Even though everyone has different responsibilities, we're all working toward the same goal: building a better product.
That sounds much more collaborative than many people imagine.
It definitely is. Modern software development is a team sport. Designers think about user experience. Front end developers create the interface, back end developers implement business logic, database engineers organize information, quality assurance engineers test features, DevOps engineers manage deployments, product managers help prioritize work. Everyone contributes something essential.
What came next?
Around 10 a.m., I focused on coding. Yesterday, I was working on a new feature for our customer dashboard. The front end already displayed customer information, but we wanted users to filter reports more quickly. That required changes in several places. First, we updated the front end interface, then we modified back end APIs. Next, we optimized database queries so results appeared faster. Finally, we tested everything together. That's one reason full stack engineering is so rewarding. You're able to follow an idea from the user interface all the way to the database and back again.
So, changing one small feature often affects multiple parts of the application.
Exactly. People sometimes ask, why do I need to learn databases if I want to build websites? Or why should I understand APIs if I'm interested in front end development? The answer becomes obvious when you're working on real products. Everything is connected. A button on the screen usually triggers back-end logic. Back-end logic retrieves information from databases. The results travel through APIs for appearing back in the browser tier. Understanding those connections makes you a much stronger engineer.
What happens around lunchtime?
Lunch usually turns into another engineering discussion. Yesterday, someone asked, could we reduce page loading time by changing how our API returns data? Another teammate suggested moving part of the processing to the backend. Within 20 minutes, we had a whiteboard full of ideas. Some of our best architectural improvements actually begin during informal conversations rather than scheduled meetings.
That probably surprises people who imagine software development as an individual activity.
Absolutely. Programming may happen individually, engineering happens together. Great software products are built through discussion, feedback, reviews, and collaboration.
What happened during the afternoon?
Around 2 p.m., we reviewed a pull request on GitHub. One of our developers had implemented a new reporting feature. Instead of immediately merging the code, we carefully reviewed it. Was it easy to understand? Could performance be improved? Were security practices followed? Would another developer understand this code 6 months from now? Code reviews aren't about criticizing people, they're about improving software quality while helping everyone learn from each other.
That explains why Git and GitHub are considered essential skills.
Exactly. Many beginners think Git is just another tool they have to memorize. In reality, it's the foundation of professional teamwork. It allows multiple developers to build the same application safely, review each other's work, track changes, and recover quickly if something goes wrong. Almost every professional software team relies on version control every single day.
What comes after development?
Around 4 p.m., we deployed a small update. Before releasing anything, we ran automated tests. We verified database migrations, checked API compatibility, confirmed that existing features still worked. Once everything passed, we deployed the update to production. Then we monitored the application carefully. Deployment isn't the finish line. It's the beginning of observing how real users interact with your work. Sometimes users discover scenarios we never considered during development. Every deployment becomes another learning opportunity.
You've mentioned customers several times today. How much of your job involves talking to them?
Quite a lot. Around 5:30 p.m., I joined a video call with a customer. Interestingly, they didn't ask about React, Node.js, SQL, or cloud infrastructure. They asked questions like, can this feature save our employees time? Can new users learn the application quickly? Will our customer data remain secure? How reliable is the platform during busy periods? That conversation reminded me of something I've learned throughout my career. Customers don't buy technology. They buy solutions to business problems. Technology is simply the engine behind those solutions.
That's a powerful lesson. Before we finish this segment, what part of your day do you enjoy the most?
Honestly, it's seeing people use something our team created. Watching customers solve problems more quickly because of software we've built is incredibly rewarding. A feature that begins as an idea during a meeting eventually becomes something thousands of people rely on every day. Knowing our work has a real impact makes every challenge worthwhile.
That's a wonderful way to end today's conversation. We've learned that the life of a full stack engineer involves far more than writing code. It's about teamwork, planning, communication, problem solving, continuous learning, deployment, monitoring, and creating products that improve people's everyday experiences. In our next segment, we'll look ahead to the future. How will artificial intelligence change full stack engineering? Will AI replace developers? What new careers are emerging? And why are startup founders and freelancers finding more opportunities than ever before? Stay with us for part 5.